Welcome to another very windy week. Okay, so we got the winds back this week, basically from like yesterday afternoon through the end of Wednesday into the evening is when we're supposed to have these high winds. And then it's supposed to drop off temperature wise even more. And we're supposed to get rain, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get any snow. So yeah, that's kind of what we're dealing with here. We had a power outage yesterday and it lasted, I want to say 7 or 8 hours maybe. It came on around 8 o'clock last night. I had to go through my text messages, but right there what time the power went off, that's kind of the gist. It's a normal week though. We're getting to work with my brothers yesterday to try to kind of figure out what we're doing with this business and you know what we're going to do moving forward to grow it. So with that being said, let's get on the road. Forgot one more thing to throw away. Also, these prices to go to freaking Frommer Boys, holy crap. For my meal, my brother's meals, it was like $45 or something. Wild. Don't mind the dumpster lid. Flies open every single time. We don't have the bear cover thing on the front, so it is what it is. Oh, it's wind. That sandblasted. It's cold. So last night it got down about 35, at least that's what our thermometer said out on the front porch. I checked the weather app, it says it's like a 32-degree wind chill. I call bullcrap, there's no way. Also, side note, the fires that are going on right now, I've got my own conspiracies as to what's happening with that whole situation. Hopefully we can kind of, some real answers as opposed to being told it was climate change. There were arsonists. Stop driving the stupid freaking agenda. Anyway, I digress. Currently right now, I'm just finishing up the reports from yesterday. We use an app called Safety Culture. It's okay. iAuditor essentially. Just kind of not rebranded, but it's rebranded for lack of a better term. It's an app I used to use when I used to work for a contractor back in the day, but now we use it for us just because it's the easiest thing and cheapest thing we can get a hold of. But I assume in the future we might try to find something that's a little better than what we're dealing with right now. We're all done with that. We're gonna kind of figure out where we're gonna go. My brother said that he's gonna be going to City of Orange, Fountain Valley, and Anaheim. We're gonna go maybe somewhere a little bit farther out. That's really about it. All right, off to Long Beach we go. Fingers crossed we don't have anything happen out here today. This weather is so bizarre. Also, no generator yet. Waiting for it. These winds are howling right now. Zoom, we're probably at about 12 to 15 sustained and about, I would say, gust up over 25 to 30 miles an hour. Oof. That's better. It's needed for like a split second. So real quick, I want to shout out my buddies on the Shattered Wisdom podcast. Those guys are doing amazing things. Like I posted on my stories on Instagram. If you are into laughing, having a good time, caring about your friends, and being a good person, and on top of all that, you love whiskey, that is a podcast. Real dudes talking about real stuff. Both work in the construction industry. My buddy Jack, who's a part of the podcast, he is a superintendent for a large construction company that I used to work for. That's how I met him. And then Jarrett, the other host, he works for a large construction rental service dealing with like shoring and all that type of stuff. So anyway, the real dudes, they get where, you know, really my audience is. That's one of those things that I really appreciate about them, is that they're real. Other people I want to shout out really quick. My own other business, which is Westernstorytellers, formerly known as Eric William Productions. So I still do film and photo and all that type of stuff on the side. Not as heavy as I used to, but I'm still trying to stay pretty busy with it. One, because I love it. Two, because having the extra money is nice for sure. And then, really, I should have put this at the beginning, but my wife Alex, who owns Snoot to Tail Dog Grooming here in the Temecula area of Southern California. She is an incredible dog groomer. Please look her up. Her social networking stuff is down below. Give her a follow. She posts almost daily of the dogs that she's done. If you're further out into like the Inland Empire and stuff like that, I'm fairly certain that if you guys get like a group of people that have dogs on your street, or you have friends that are in the same area as you, I'm pretty sure she would be able to figure out a way to get out to where you're at. So yeah, check her out, really appreciate it. So we're heading home. We just got done charging. Especially today, I can't go home without a full charge, even though when I get home I'll have about 80% left, give or take, which overnight that'll get me basically right back up to 100. But also at the same time, I want to make sure that if the emergency comes, I can actually just pick up and go on this thing, or my wife will, and I'll do whatever I need to do with her trailer in case of a fire. But fingers crossed we are not having to deal with that. See you back at the house. Well, I obviously didn't do some sort of check-in yesterday when I got home, so I'll do it right now. So wind is going pretty good right now. It's starting to whip through a little bit. Keep in mind this is Wednesday, and I'm just curious to see if it picks up really bad today and if we actually lose power, because we haven't lost power yet, so it's kind of surprising. Staying local today, don't want to go too far. It's also pretty late getting out the door, which it is what it is. I worked all morning, got up around 3:30-ish, and I've been working ever since. Yesterday woke up at 2:30, same thing, so I'm a little tired. Yeah, hitting the field, gonna come home, do the exact same thing, but it should be calming down by the time I get home. But fingers crossed we don't get any fires today. Also, so get this, so I know that was in the way yesterday. The wind is obviously one thing. I mean, we live in Southern California, it's to be somewhat expected, but this time of year, I don't know if I believe that too much. It's happened in the past around Christmas, like a long time ago, but I haven't seen wind like this in I don't know how many years. On top of that too, I mean, it's January and it's typically the start of our rainy season here in SoCal, and not a drop of rain has hit the ground here in, I want to say, 8 months. We had some interesting monsoons during the summertime, but I mean, I don't really count that because it dries up immediately. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I'm a conspiracy realist, and I am starting to really think that there's a lot of weather modification going on that is inhibiting us from getting rain and causing droughts and cause these fires. And just the list goes on as to what my thoughts are on all this. You want to call them theories, there's probably some validity behind it, so I don't really call it that. All I gotta say is we are now, when this video comes out, we're gonna be less than 3 days probably from Inauguration Day, and I know beyond a shadow of a doubt stuff is happening inside the government that is basically trying to cause issues. I also listen to Sean Ryan podcast, and I know that there's a lot of information on there that is pretty scary to think about. So my message to all you, look out for one another, look out for yourselves, look out for your families, have a go bag, be prepared for anything. Power goes out, be ready to step up and either have a generator or be ready to cook some food and get a fire going so that you can actually take care of yourself. That's the end on that. We're staying local today. All right, I haven't recorded anything today or yesterday, so just to get y'all caught up, the wind started howling again yesterday, just continued, and it picked up overnight a little bit, and then this morning it was dead calm. Kind of nice to see everything sort of subside. But my wife told me that, you know, when she got home earlier today, it was crazy cloudy and dreary and all that stuff. So who knows, we might get some rain. In the meantime though, I'm stopping at Crown and Stache in Corona to get my hair cut and get my beard did. Kind of just get cleaned up a little bit. I look a little ratty. So with that being said, cut to the new do in 3, 2, 1. And here we are. Looks good as usual. Thank you, John. All right, let's go home. So we are making one more stop actually. We got to stop at Tractor Supply and get the dog some more dog food. So I'm gonna switch over to my phone and record some stuff while I'm in the store. That's a little better. I'm sure so. home.